There are plenty of reasons to celebrate and plenty of ways to show that celebration. So get creative and make the plays that make us all smile. These highlights promise to be a slam dunk. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
I'm Howie Shapiro, and we've got a short show tonight.
Yeah,
quick one.
Not a whole lot of highlights, a lot of results, a lot of scores to talk about. Things are getting a little hectic.
Yes.
With so many postponements and delays due to weather earlier in the spring season. A lot of teams that are playing every day, 3, 4, 5 games a week.
You know, it tests you as an athlete, obviously, when you're playing that much, especially when you're throwing a ball. Baseball teams got to make sure their pitching is spread out. Same with softball, obviously, but we'll see what happens.
A little easier on
the
softball, but
not quite.
It is definitely a test on the bullpen when you get to this point in the season for baseball, and you've got 4 games in 4 days. You have to have the arms that can handle it. Baseball team had that scenario last week. We pick it up with their first game against Irondale on Tuesday last week when we were doing the show. They were beating Irondale 6-0. It was Peterson getting the win. A 7-inning full complete game shutout, gave up just 2 hits. Had a walk and 2 strikeouts. Dial Lawal, another home run. He had 3 RBI in the game. John Olson went 2 for 3 and drove 1 in. Avery Lehman continues his hot stretch at the plate, 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run score. Alex Bowie, perfect at the plate, 1 for 1, walked twice, scored once, and drove 1 in as well. Well, the Cardinals feeling pretty good about how they were playing when they traveled to Osseo on Thursday. They'd won 2 in a row and 4 of their previous 5. The Osseo Orioles came in with a slightly better record, but they were trending in the opposite direction. After starting 7-1, the Blackbirds had lost 3 straight and had been shut out in their last 2 ball games. It turned out to be an outstanding pitchers duel that went down to the final inning. Cardinals ace Nick Harold looking to establish himself early. He fans the first batter of the ball game and starts the game the right way. The Orioles mount a threat in the second. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Parker Kramer with a high fly to right. Both runners are going to tag. Robbie Colflat will score on the sacrifice, but locking in with a great relay to third, yet Lyons trying to advance, and that ends the inning. Cardinals answer in the top of the 3rd inning. After a leadoff walk, Avery Lehman drives the 0-1 pitch deep down the left field line. It's going to one-hop the fence in the corner. Tyler George racing all the way around the diamond, able to score from first. Lehman is in standing with an RBI triple that ties the game. Alex Bowie followed with a walk. And with runners at the corners, Bowie is going to steal second. The Orioles try to pick off Lehman at third. The throw is wide of the bag. Lehman is going to hustle home on the error. Bowie heads up running, slides in safely at third, and the Cardinals take the 2-1 lead. That was all Harold needed. He goes the distance, gives up just 1 run. He had 8 strikeouts and retired 14 batters in a row to end the game. DH Tyler George gets Harold and the Cardinals a little cushion to the top of the 7th, crushes that one over the fence and straightaway center. No question from the second it left the bat that it wasn't coming back. Cardinals 3-1 lead, extends the lead to 3-1. They extends their win streak to 3, and the Orioles losing streak to 4.
Yeah, they played well. We obviously were at the game, and it was fun to watch. It was that pitcher's duel early on for the most part. And
there were 5 combined hits in the game in the 5th inning.
It really was exciting, and and Nick Harold had a little that gave up one run early, but really settled down and pitched well. Both pitchers pitched well. I think their pitcher had like 9 strikeouts, I believe. I think Harold had 8.
Harold had 8. Had 14 straight retired batters to end the game, and something like 17 of the last 18 he faced. It was impressive, and both pitchers were really on. But hats off to Nick Harold for finishing it strong. He had 2 of his strikeouts in the final inning, and he finished with a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th to get the Cardinals that victory. They bounced right back again against Park Center on Friday, and they beat the Pirates 12-3. Avery Lehman 3 for 5 in the game, had a double, a home run, 4 RBIs, scored twice. Trip Bozak had a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs, run scored. Jackson Bates 2 for 5 with a double and a run scored. Robert Morissette got into the act, pushing one across on 1 for 3. John Olson, 1 for 4 with an RBI, and Lehman gets the win on the mound with 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. On Saturday, the Cardinals take on Edina, and they beat the Hornets in 8 innings, 3-2. The final score in that one, Avery Lehman again, 1 for 3, had a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Jalen Salazar was 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Alex Bowie, 1 for 3. Not a lot of hits in the game, but the Cardinals able to do what they needed to do. Nick Lackinen, 0 for 2, but he walked and he scored twice. 2 of the Cardinals' 3 runs. Avery Lehman obviously getting the other one. Tyler George, 0 for 3 with a walk, but he drove in a run. Did what they needed to win. Severson gets the win in 7 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 2 runs with a walk, and 5 strikeouts. And the Cardinals starting this week with another game. Another late game, they're taking on Minnetonka this evening.
Yeah, always good competition. Obviously, they'll get a chance to play the Skippers tonight, and I think they'll obviously get the game in. The weather's going to be decent enough. Had a little bit of a drizzle earlier today, but they'll get it in. Avery Lehman, he's been on a tear. He's hit the ball really well, and it's good to see. And Severson getting that win in 7 over Edina
so
was
many,
nice for one of those arms to come out and get that
so
win.
many of the guys pitching so well at this point of the year. They definitely need that, but the bats have definitely come alive over the last week or two, and that has helped them get the season turned around after that 1-4 start. They're now at 7-4, so 6 straight wins, hoping to make it 7 with a game against Minnetonka tonight. If the weather holds, they play Maple Grove on Tuesday, Spring Lake Park on Thursday. Tuesday, really the only questionable day this week, but a lot of activities obviously have Tuesday games scheduled, so it'll be interesting to see if those are able to be played, and if not, where do they put them in the remaining schedule? I
think just a 20% chance of rain, so they should hopefully get those in tomorrow.
Softball team also very busy last week. On Tuesday, they had Irondale at their place, and they beat the Knights 6-4, a much-needed win for the Cardinals. Sam Loeb, 3 for 3 at the dish with a double and 3 runs scored. Kennedy Kerr went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Mackenzie Wilkins, 1 for 3, a double and 2 RBI. And Abby Carls was 1 for 3 with a couple RBIs as well. Sam Loeb gets the win on the mound, pitched 3 innings, gave up no runs with 2 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Unfortunately, on Wednesday, the Cardinals took on the Blaine Bengals and lost that one 6-0. Only 4 hits in the game for the Cardinals. There they are. 1 apiece for Loeb, Wilkins, Scheck, and Loeb is not A and S. I think that must... I think that's me on the wrong part. I think that was supposed to be Abby Graham up top, 1 for 3 with a double. Sam Loeb, 1 for 4. Kayla Cohen takes the loss, pitched the entire ball game, gave up 10 hits and 6 runs.
Tough loss, no question. Well, the Cardinals were on the road Thursday hoping for a bounce-back game after that disappointing performance against Blaine. The Orioles were a couple of spots ahead of the Cardinals in the conference standings, but dealing with some of the struggles of their own. Osseo only managed 1 run in a pair of losses the previous Saturday. Were trying to end their first skid of the season when the Cardinals came to town. Cardinals get aggressive to start the scoring in the second. Abby Graham with a grounder to third. They check the runner, but that gives Graham time to beat the throw. Mackenzie Wilkins trying to advance to third. The throw sails, and Wilkins is able to scamper home to get Coon Rapids on the board first. We're still in the second. Jade Gomez at the plate with 1 out. She singles to left center. Graham will score easily from third, and it's a 2-run lead. Sam Loeb adds to that before the second is over. A little bloop to short left, but plenty deep for Gomez to score. And Coon Rapids is up 3-0 midway through the second. Move to the third, Meg Scheck drives one to left center. Kerr will score easily. Wilkins is going to round and come home from second, sliding in safely. The Orioles able to get Scheck trying to stretch it to a triple, but the 2-run double makes it a 5-1 lead. Top of the fourth now, Julia Byrne finds the hole on the left side of the infield, scoring Brittany Buell from third, and it's 6-1. Piece of hitting there. The bats didn't cool off in the later innings. Graham gets under this one a little bit, but finds some green and drives in Kerr again. That made it 9-1 in the sixth. The Cardinals had 18 hits in the game on their way to an impressive 10-2 win. 18 hits. That's definitely is impressive.
Yeah, that's
Coach
definitely.
Neighbor loves that.
Yeah, definitely getting the bats going, and they look good on the bases, being aggressive, forcing the issue, get 10 across the plate. That feels good. Unfortunately, the roller coaster ride continues with a downturn on Friday as they lose to Apple Valley 3-2. The runs driven in by Abby Graham and Cameron Schmalzer. Kennedy Kerr had 1 for 3 and scored a run. Jade Gomez was 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Sam Loam takes the loss in 2 2/3. The Cardinals were supposed to play this afternoon.
They were.
But a little miscommunication, and the umpires did not get the memo that they were supposed to be at the ballpark for a game.
Interesting. I could see that happening maybe the first game of the year, but in
Well,
the season as it goes.
And again, as things are moving around so much this time of year, it's actually, I think, a little bit surprising it doesn't happen more often, but either way, unable to play today. They were supposed to play Park Center, unable to get the game in because no umpires were there. They host Maple Grove on Tuesday, and Howie?
We'll be there.
And they host Spring Lake Park on Thursday. Tennis team, very busy over the weekend, but their week started against Elk River on Tuesday, and they lose to the Elks 4-3. The wins go to Aaron Bauer at second singles, Alex Fish at third singles. Crotty and Boyum get a very tight victory for the Cardinals at second doubles. The first doubles team of Bai and Argeros comes up just short, losing 5-7. 4-6. The loss to Elk River was the Cardinals' third straight against a top conference opponent, all by the same 4-3 score. They were hoping when they went to Andover on Thursday, they could end that streak and get over the hump against another outstanding Northwest Suburban team. As expected, it was another close battle that went down to the final match and could have easily gone either way. We start with second singles. Drew Grimmer is staying on the baseline in the near court as his opponent gets aggressive coming to the net. He's unable to handle that shot, and Grimmer able to keep control throughout on his way to a 6-3, 6-0 win. Alex Fish able to get the Cardinals another win at third singles, again using solid ground strokes from the baseline to keep control of the court. Wins the straight set 6-3, 6-3. Aaron Bauer has had an outstanding season for the Cardinals so far. Unfortunately, his streak was bound to come to an end. He lost his first conference match this season, dropping the first singles match 3-6, 5-7. Cardinals come up just short again. Their fourth straight loss in the conference, all by scores of 4-3.
A tough way to lose. I mean, obviously, in that kind of match, obviously one win either way gives you the match. Tough to lose those 4-3 battles.
Especially when a little bit of momentum in one set or the other could have completely turned the balance of the entire meet for the team. But all you can do is put the shoes back on, get back on the court. And they did just that on Saturday, hosting a trio of opponents for a little tournament on Saturday, a little round-robin action. And the Cardinals swept their way through. They beat North Branch 5-2. They're your winners. Grimmer at first singles, Fish at second singles, Argeros at third singles, Moosolf at fourth singles, Bauer and Bai getting the relatively easy 6-0, 6-1 win at first doubles. They beat Osseo 5-2 next, and again, it's a sweep through singles, and look at that. They give up 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-love, 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 6-love. They give up just 4 total games in singles, and then Bauer and Bai finish it off with a 6-0, 6-3 win at first doubles. Cambridge Isani, no match for the Cardinals at the end, 6-1 for the Cardinals. And again, very impressive all through the lineup, a lot of relatively easy 2 straight sets wins. Jared Moosolf had to go to a tiebreak, but he comes out victorious, winning 6-0, 2-6, 10-8 at third singles. The Cardinals' next match, they have a little bit of a breather here at the start of the week.
They do.
And then we'll have North coming to their place on Thursday. And Howie?
We'll be there as well.
And then they will have another tournament coming up on Saturday. Track teams last Tuesday taking part in the Blaine Invitational. Boys finishing 4th place in that event. Top finish goes to Thomasilla in the 200-meter dash. I guess we're going right to the girls in 3rd place in their event. Couple of first-place finishes for Brielle Clark in both the 100 and 200-meter dash. No surprise, Callie Harris winning both 100 and 300-meter hurdles. Henneman was right behind her in the 300-meter hurdles, finishing in second place. Galadriel O'Grady, a second-place finish in the pole vault. Brielle Clark also grabbing a podium finish on the high jump, and Brina Del Castillo finished fifth place in the 800-meter run. Big week for the track teams as they take part in the Section 5 AA True Team meet on Tuesday. And then next Tuesday, they will be at Armstrong for a tri-meet with the Blaine Bengals. Boys golf team rained out their only event last week. So this week, the Northwest Suburban Conference teams will be at the Refuge on Tuesday. Next week, they're at Victory Links on Thursday. Girls golf team took on Andover on Thursday. Unfortunately, unable to get scores in time for tonight's show. I will get those for next week's show to be certain. Girls golf this week has Anoka on Tuesday and Elk River on Thursday. Boys lacrosse team is struggling. They lost a pair by big margins last week, losing to Centennial 18-5, and then on Saturday they lose to Anoka 20-5. The boys are at Blaine on Friday, at Champlain Park next Monday. Girls lacrosse team, up and down season. On Tuesday of last week, they beat Duluth 10-4. 4 goals for Helen Nelson. They need her to kind of kickstart that offense. The rest of the offense coming pretty well spread around, but then they lose to Centennial on Wednesday, 10-6. And again, Helen Nelson, when she's held to just 1 goal, it's tough for that team to win. Girls also, they're both at home. They host Blaine on Tuesday and Anoka on Wednesday. We, again, have softball on Tuesday for you, tennis for you on Thursday. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sportsnight. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.